Alright, let's start updating the environment variables for both like server.js and the Docker Compose, because we are hard coding those values here, and in Docker Compose we have those things. Okay, so what I'll be doing inside this one, I'll be adding a .env, and here I will add, I don't know, Mongo, I would say, yeah, Mongo configuration. And then here I'll be adding, I have already that one ready for you, so I'll just quickly copy and paste it here. So those kind of stuff. So we got Mongo username. I'll keep password as simple, same as previous one. So password. So what you have to do over here is that in the Express.js, I would say here first you need to check that, okay, process, first you need to read that one, whether you have that URL. If you don't have that URL, you can pass the hard-coded value. So first it will check this one inside the environment variable, and then if it couldn't find that one, then it will take this one. Okay, so keep it simple. Now you can go and update this one as well here. So that's how we can use different ports over here. And now if I show you on the top, I might have used a port somewhere, but it is not being shown over here. So it is best practices that you should add port as like a port to 3000, definitely same scenario like that one. So I'll be using this one down here, and something like this one. That's how you can use the environment variable in Express. What about in Docker Compose? So inside the Docker Compose, we have to update this one, right? So same thing, you just need to use $ command over here and type we have had used, what we used is that Mongo username. So I'll be using here same thing, and then I'll be using the other one. Password should remain exactly the same, not 3 actually at the end. Okay, so let me go and use the password, this one here, the password. And instead of passing this one entire one, so I'll be using the Mongo URL, like $URL, like that one. And apart from that is that we have had the database which I can use. I can copy this and then go back here, and then instead of this one I'll be using like $, and in the bracket Mongo database. Instead of that one, I'm gonna definitely use process.env.mongo database, like that. That's how you can read those values. Okay, so let me quickly go and check whether it is working fine. Let me quickly stop it first. Boom. Let me quickly check what's going on behind the scene. Okay, so that was removed. If the connection is not being established, it will throw an error telling that the connection has been lost or something like that. It is disconnected. That will get an error. So if I go back and rerun directly this one, see, this one is running fine. It's working very fine. So that is coming with the health connection, which means that we are successfully reading those values from the database. Now, in the next video, I'll be giving you a proper project structure for this one, how the companies uses a proper project structure for Node.js and Express, which should be easy to maintain, easy to scale, and that must be secure or something like that. Okay, so that I'm gonna give you like entire tutorial in the next video. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and do let me know if you have any questions. Lastly, after that video, I'm gonna tell you that how you can deploy this user container on AWS using on AWS ECS Fargate, and we'll try creating one more container called books, which will be deployed again on AWS, and we'll try connecting those different containers using AWS, and we'll try calling from one container to different container using AWS Service Connect. So that will be lots of fun coming through. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and do let me know if you need anything else apart from this one in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you around. Bye bye.